In activity 3 3 or 3.3, we are creating a calculator, our own custom design and everything, and it is a JavaScript calculator. And this is the Windows calculator that I'm using just as a comparison to lay everything out similar to it. So at this point, we should have the design set up. And now what we want to do is make sure all the buttons work. So right now, the only button I've coded is the 7. So when I click 7, it should show 7 up there, and it does. If I hit 7 again, now I've got 77. Now what I need to do, before doing all the other buttons, so right now let me switch to the code. So in my script, I just have a function 7, and all it's doing right now is just appending the number 7 to the solution div, which is, going back here, it's just this little area up here. But before I go and finish all the numbers, I want to make sure, is this the only thing that the 7 button needs to do, or should it somehow be storing that as like one of the numbers that needs to be multiplied or added or subtracted, or can I take care of all that just in these buttons? So in this assignment, what I want you to do is just kind of, you use the multiply button as the example. So when I click the multiply button, so if I come back here, when I click multiply, what should be happening? How is this going to work? Does it then store this number and then it's ready to take another? When there are two numbers, how do I know if there are two numbers to multiply? How do I know if there's only one number? How do I know if I'm in a sequence of multiple numbers? And what I mean by that is, if I come over here and I do 7 times 7, it doesn't look like anything's happening, but when I hit times again, what's it going to do? Well, if you've used these calculators, you know it's going to put the 49 in there. It's ready to multiply by something else. If I say 2 and then do equals, then I get that 49 times 2 is 98. If I expand this, we can actually see what's happening there. So I have the 7 times 2. If I clear it and do that again, 7 times 7. So now as soon as I hit times again, it knows that there's a 7 times a 7, so there's already two numbers, so now it's going to multiply those two and it's ready to take another one, and I can keep doing that until I eventually hit equals. So what I want you to do in this assignment is just write down, how would you approach this? What should that times button do? Does the number itself need to do more things, or can the functions, or like times, subtract, divide, etc., can they do all the work? There's multiple ways to approach this. Not necessarily one right answer. So when this happens, do I need like two variables to keep track of the two numbers? Do I need to put them into an array? Do I need like a status variable that kind of keeps track of the state, so I know if there are previous numbers or previous functions? Whatever you think is going to be the best way. So just write a brief description step by step what this times button should do and how you think this calculator should work.